All right, there we go. I knew we can do it. Sorry, gentlemen. I was and ladies. I was trying to set up my webcam to work, and for some reason I did not manage, or at least I managed, but in a very weird small version. So we are going to go ahead without looking at my face, which should be fine. Manuel, Bogdan, Rugai, and Kim, welcome to the stream, my friends. I need to. There we go. Tablet should be working properly now. Hey, Matsubob, welcome as well. Welcome. Let's make a somewhat yellow thing. So today I am prepared with a theme, unlike our usual streams. I have an idea. I have an idea that I wanted to leave for Monday, but I thought maybe we can get started today. So sort of a concept challenge, and I'll see how we bring it together. But today it will be a good thing to start with it. Just draw my face. While we go into the concept challenge, that's my face. All right, so I thought since I am home in good old Vampiristan, we could do a concept challenge that would have to do with vampires. There's actually the game out that I really wanna play soon. Once I burn through at least some of my Steam library, called V Rising, which is sort of a vampire survival game. But I thought, since I am sort of in central Transylvania, would be cool to make props, because I am more of a industrial designer, so prop designer, that a vampire, well, not a vampire, but somebody could use to hunt or kill vampires. So today's basically, let's do this. Today's topic will be doing props. We're coming up with interesting props that will help us kill vampires. Dr. Acula, yes. Is it Hotel Transylvania themed? Somewhat Hotel Transylvania themed. So some ideas that we can do. Jesus, don't die on me now, Photoshop. Actually, I could use. Let's see if we can use, because on this computer I have Sketchbook as well. The not super, the new Sketchbook, which I'm still not 100% convinced by, because they don't update the Windows version as much as they do the Mac, and I'm not happy about that. Anyway, let us zoom in a little bit. And I can use this eraser. Yes, very good. So I was thinking, so we have our vampire guy here, and then what can we do to defeat him? So one of the things is the stake through the heart, right? So we have this sort of sharpened wooden stake. So what can we do with that? It would be nice to have a hammer with it as well. Actually, let me see if I can switch to this, just because I feel like the sensitivity is set up for Photoshop, not for Sketchbook, and things are a little bit awkward here. So we have a stake and hammer. Then, of course, we have the good old garlic, which we should have garlic clovers, I think it's called, right? Garlic clovers. And silver bullets, or I mean, I know silver is mostly used for werewolves, but if I remember correctly, vampires are also affected. So maybe a silver dagger or something as well, or a sword, whichever comes to mind. Let me see. We should also make some props for the vampire hunters out there. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. We are doing vampire hunter props. Just first, I want to see what are our options. So we have A, B, C, and then D would be something with. Okay, I am going to work in Photoshop just because I'm not the happiest here. Oh, and also resolution was quite shitty. So yeah, multiply. Let's stick with this. Okay, and then D would have been sunshine. Right, so we have our happy little sun. We're sort of murdering vampires. So how do we make a prop out of one of these? It's if you guys have something that I forgot, we can do that. How about Dracula mobile? Well, we're not doing something for the vampires, Bogdan. Come on, like we live in this country, we need to protect ourselves from the vampires, right? Garlic nunchucks. This is sort of the ideas that I want to hear. A dental prosthetic for toothless vampires. Oh, mirrors. Oh, and a crucifix. Oh, there you go. See, so the E should be a crucifix. That's a good one. And we can do maybe one of these more ornate crucifixes. Something like that. Mirror is good for detecting, but not for defeating. Bibles and holy water. I mean, holy water for sure. I don't know if you can do anything like how do Bibles work? Let's do a vial. So this will be our holy water. Okay, we're gonna do something that I haven't done in a while. We're gonna take. Let's see. Do we have any other ideas? So mirrors for the Bible, beast, mortgage, mortgage. Woodworms. Okay. Let's do a poll. So we have A, B. I'm gonna take E and F because sadly we can only do 4 things in a poll. So let me see, where's that poll button? What specialized weapon will we design? So then we have a stake. No, what was this called? Jesus Christ. Steak? I call it steak. You guys fix it, okay? B is garlic. Then add an option. C will be crucifix, and F will be holy water. So it's definitely not steak, it's something else, and hammer. But you guys know what I mean with it, so that's gonna be fine. Actually, crucifix we can combine that with maybe silver, just so we have that covered there as well. Boom. Okay, so it's up to you guys now to choose one. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and catch up with the chat a bit. Cannot hunt vampires with more style than Judas Priest in Helsing. I haven't watched that in a long time. Maybe I should rewatch. Salt water, blood for attracting them. I like that. Can you draw Mavis, Selena Gomez? She's my favorite cute anime. No. Hey, Fishibilla. Thank you. Welcome. Steak. Yeah, I wrote it incorrectly. So it was steak. It just needs to be written correctly. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm gonna flesh out this so-called steak a little bit. And then the hammer could also have a little bit of that. And then the garlic cloves could be a bit more pronounced, maybe like that. Silver bullet. Yeah, we decided not to go with the bullet idea. Sun could be an option, but I like that you could have some sort of phosphor, like explosive thing that create a big bright flash of light. So that could be interesting as well. Steak and potatoes. Let's see what the poll does. Oh, very equal so far. So crucifix and holy water are leading, and they're both at the same. So we have 10 votes. Let's see if we can get in a couple of, like, at least 2 more votes. I want to not have to choose between the two. Garlic, of course, because that belongs to Suck. Hey, Kupuli, welcome to the stream. Oh, all right. Let me merge this one there. In that case, let's see if we got a couple of more. Come on, somebody vote. If we're not voting, I will have to choose. I'm not happy about that. Are you working environment design or something? I mean, I don't know because I just joined. Fishbilla, what we're doing is prop design for killing vampires. So prop design for killing vampires, and there's a vote going on where people are voting for what we're going. And right now, holy water, which is here, and crucifix are the winners. And I'm waiting to see if we get more votes, but apparently not. So I'm just gonna close voting now and poll, and it will pop up. And then I think I will go with holy water because that seems the easiest. Do you remember this mobile game where you start with 4 elements and have to combine them to create subsequently all kind of crazy things like stone golems or beer, alchemy? How would it create it? No, I don't. Like, I remember something called Magica where you could do some sort of magic stuff. I'm not sure I know that game. Hey Ange, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we are doing holy water. Let's see what we can come up with holy water. And I am thinking of some sort of grenade that sort of explodes and spritzes water everywhere. So let's see. How do I want to approach this? So we would have, I want a grenade to be easily fillable. So we would have vial, like if we take a vial, we want some sort of explosion to happen as well. So we would need, and this is like old technology, right? So that's the idea, is that we are a little bit limited by, let's say, early industrial age. Let's not go too far back. Let's do early industrial age. So we have ignition cable, I think it's called, and we have gunpowder, and we have holy water. And how can we combine this? Maybe this will not work in the end, but let's see. High-tech holy water thing, a Mac with no. So that's what I'm saying. We're not doing high-tech. It is not necessarily a holy live stream, but we might be getting close to it. So I don't know what exactly a grenade looks like, so I'm just gonna improvise a little bit here. So I'm saying let's have 4 compartments, each one of them filled with gunpowder, and then we have this ignition cable comes here, right? So this is, we ignite, this goes there, these explode. I imagine the best way, because these will explode to the outside like that and to the inside, but if I want water to fling around, I would say water should be around them, right? That would be the right approach. I would put the powder in the center and the water around it. Oh yeah, so that was the idea, that the water would come around it, but you are right. There is no reason to have 4 of these when we could have just 1. Okay, so then we have sort of a pouch of gunpowder in the middle, this here, and then we could have sort of something like this around it, which has the holy water in it. Instead of water is vodka or gin, but holy, so it can explode. Technically, I don't know how vampires do with fire, so that could be an interesting solution. That if I'm not that good with vampire lore, but that would be interesting if you set them on holy fire, sort of. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Let me see if we can find some images that will inspire us. So this is all the little things blow apart. That's what causes the damage. Same here. I'm feeling like with water around it, water will evaporate immediately from the heat. So that might not be the smartest idea in the end. I can't stop thinking about the holy bomb grenade from Worms. Haven't played that enough to remember that, sadly. But then, okay, if I'm just thinking about I'm just trying to come up with a couple of vial examples, like keeping it simple. So you'd have a vial like this on top, then we had the same thing on the bottom, right? Something like that, and then we would have maybe a couple of vials around it like this. So it's a rudimentary, it's a first design. Let's not throw it straight away into the trash. This might still work. And then you have the bomb in the middle, and of course this comes out somewhere here. So now all we have to do is sort of bring all of this together. So what I see in front of me is sort of a cage, like a silver cage, there we go, made out of silver metal. Why not? Like there. And then we would have these circles for the extra vials. And then we could have sort of like a hinges here that will lock around our other vial. I sort of like it because it looks quite rudimentary and industrial, but it is holding what we need it to hold. The only problem is right now if we throw it, the water bottles might break. So then what we need is around this, we could have some sort of leather contraption as well that will help with keeping, with hold, not break. Jesus, talking, but it will help it not break. Okay, Pavel Kohat, a giant cone syringe that can be placed inside a cave for a surprise attack by a gentleman hunter. So the water should be in small bottles so that it doesn't evaporate. All it is Willem Dafoe with a crossbow. Put a cross on top. Okay. So I sort of have an idea. Okay, let's look at this. So we have a central pouch, or whatever you want to call it. This is sort of our gunpowder bomb thing. It's very hard drawing ellipses like this, I must say. Not used to it. Okay, let's say blue is going to be our metal frame around it. So we have a frame that holds this in place, right? Like this. So this is our sort of like metal frame. Let me go a little bit darker maybe with the blue. And then we have sort of a hinge here and the hinge there, which when it's open looks a little bit like that. And then our vial should fit into this one pretty well. So on this side I'm just gonna have them closed. So here it is closed. Like that. And then let's go back to black. Or maybe, well, the vial should have been, let's say holy water is green, toxic looking green. So then we have darker green. We have this vial here, the cone looking vial, right? With a nice little filler there. And then we have another vial here, which is already nicely placed in there. And then to hold this together, I'm gonna take a nice brown, and we have sort of a strap here which is very thick, which will help in fixing the whole mechanism, so when we throw it, the vial shouldn't break. That is the idea. So that goes around there, and then maybe we have even like some sort of old school thing like that. And then let's go back to the blue. We have smaller vial holders here, like this, and then this toxic looking green comes in here. And then what we need now is one more or two more straps that will hold this together. All right, let's see if chat has anything to say about this. Put a cross on top. Yeah, I watched all the Disney Hotel Transylvania and all the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I know a lot about vampires. Well then, tell us about them. I'm supposed to be coming from the place where there's the most vampires, yet I don't know too much about them. Okay, so I feel I have a pretty good feeling about this. I'm just feeling that the drawings don't quite convey it yet. So let me draw one that is nicely packaged up. Are vampires afraid of crossroads? That's actually a good one. I like that. I never thought about that. Are vampires afraid of crossroads? Technically, they should be. Okay, just a second. It is getting a little bit warm, and since the camera is not on anyways, I can just take off my shirt and drink a bit of water. Okay, so it would look something like this. Honestly, guys, I haven't used a drawing pad in too long. And of course, I forgot that Photoshop has the tendency of dying. So let's just save. Vampire killer. There we go. Okay, let's see. I think, yeah, Photoshop sort of crashed. So let's restart this. There we go. Vial. And then these would also have these little things. And then this is the holy water. And if we draw it from the side, actually let me put on a symmetry tool for this. So from the side we would have our vial, and that is sort of in its housing, and it has these things going there which go around it, and then we have the leather thing that houses that, and then we have that little thing. Let me see. They fly over it. That's actually a good point. Well, can all vampires turn into a what is it? Bats? I thought that's like advanced stuff. Okay, so we had, technically this is the leathery strap thing. Actually it should be, and then this should come a little bit lower. Okay, so leathery strap thing 1, and then this would be leathery strap thing 2. And then in here we would have the housing with our gunpowder. and then around it we would have, there we go, so this one technically wouldn't be visible. And these are our vials with more holy water. Actually, it's not that is not visible there. Okay. Wait a second, I thought you said we're supposed to talk about vampires and werewolves. You were fed up with all the jokes and comments when people find out where you're from. Well, not talking about them, we're coming up with weapons to defeat them. So that's the whole purpose. So we have bubbles in here, holy water bubbles there as well, and then more holy water bubbles. This looks a little bit like a Rorschach now because of the mirroring. Okay, and then we can add, oh yeah, now I can turn off symmetry, it's not that needed anymore, and then we can sort of finalize this thing. And then the same thing up here as well, so we have sort of this strap that helps us with fastening this little thing of ours. Same thing actually up here. We should have a strap for this as well. And let me erase that part, that was just for explanation. I'm gonna put the strap on the other side, why not? Let's make my eraser a little bit smaller. And here as well. What if the water is frozen like shards, so it detonates similar to a frag grenade? That is not a bad idea at all. The only thing is, like, I don't know, like, because in those times they didn't really have amenities to just freeze stuff willy-nilly. They didn't really have fridges, so they would have to wait until winter or some sort of magical way to do it. Okay, so this is our, and then of course you would have this detonation thing coming out somewhere that you can light and then throw it towards the vampire. The amateurs turn into baseball bats. Takes to divine bubbles. Is this grenade hand-sized? It seems difficult to grab. I imagine a hand would be like something like this sized. Like it would be something like that. And then we could add like another thing that you can hang it from your belt, because if you are a Van Helsing type person, you have a utility belt with all sorts of potions and whatnot, and then you can hang it from your belt like that. Holy water. I mean, that is definitely a solution. All right. So I think let's merge these together. I do not hate this idea, so I think we could try and work this one out. Maybe they carry the ice from a mountain or a frozen lake from a northern country. I think that's actually a thing. Even Saladin had frozen water in the desert. I mean, that would simplify things a bit, because then you would have still like the explodey things, and then you could have shards of ice around it. You would still need some sort of containment around it. The only thing, so my problem with this is that the shards could still explode into the user, right? So if you're the one who throws it and you're relatively close, I mean, even if this explodes, there's still shards that can fly into you, like shards of the thing. So technically that could work as well. I want to work this one out, and then we can return to that idea as well. Let's see what we can do with this. Actually, now that we have this, why is my... Oh yeah, I've never drawn here. That's the problem. 4,000 by 300. 3,000. There we go. This was the problem. Okay, and I also need layers. Thank you very much. I don't need this one. I will need a new one here so I can create my ellipses. I'm just gonna cheat today because I find it extremely hard drawing ellipses without looking at where my hand is moving. And while it's good to be able to do it, it's also okay to use the tools that are at your disposal. So let's bring this down here. Add some silver shrapnel inside this grenade. So the idea was that the metal around it is made out of silver as well, so the actual housing. So when it explodes, it throws some of those parts into our vampires. And then a thicker line here. Oh no, wait. Let me just adjust this a little bit because I want these to be a lot thicker, of course. You all missed the point. It should have been as close as possible to the holy hand grenade from Worms. And you can hear how... Well, I never played that, so I don't know. I mean, I played Worms a little bit, but I always shied away from multiplayer games. Or not always, but I don't know, just Worms wasn't my thing. I knew some people who really liked it, but it wasn't me. Okay. Then let's do this one a little bit smaller, right? A little bit that way. See, now you're talking about worm stuff, and I have no idea how that works. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay. Let me see. Somewhere there. And then this can be narrower. Somewhere there. I played it constantly during courses at university. Shouldn't you have been paying attention to stuff? Okay. I can double the lines a little bit here, just to show that we have several materials that are working together there. Same here, actually. Let me see if I can find. This is the less interesting part of the stream because it's a little bit too anal. I should be more loose with the lines. I just feel very impaired working with my current device. Okay, so this would be the bottom, and then this can be the top. And then this would be, actually this doesn't need to be that wide because we will have the flasks opening here, and then we just need sort of the metal ring around it, and then around that we need our leather thing. Go like that, a little bit lower, like this would be the bottom of it. Okay, let's take a short break and read the chat. Once was a college game I played with my brother and some friends on the same computer. Yeah, it's called the hot seat game, isn't it? And that was a holy hand grenade at a PDA which I brought to class and we passed it. You were playing it on a PDA? Oh wow. Okay. Actually, it was similar. Most of my friends were playing Worms in our early computer classes. I was more into StarCraft and whatnot in those days. Okay. So if this comes from here, so I would say, oh, do I have? Oh, great. There's lines. Doesn't matter now. So if we talk about our little thing here, so we have too big. Color should be here, size should be here. So this is our hinge. And the other one should be somewhere here. Real nerds play Doom on the circuits of their smart light bulbs. Doom was never our game. Like, I remember we played a lot of Wolfenstein 3D in the beginning, and then after that it was Quake or Unreal. Mostly Quake 2. That was where we started with those types of games. And then later Quake 3 Arena, and then Unreal Tournament. I guess maybe Worms was too much of a thinking man's game, and we were just animals and wanted to kill each other faster, that might be a possibility. So this should be the mouth. Way down here. And then this will be the cork that goes into it. Erase the interior part. Actually, I can erase that part as well, can't I? Yeah. Cork. We can add some quirkiness to it. This is part of the glass. Okay, so we have sort of the top part there. What we will need is so this comes here. I want to make sure that it's understood that this is the metal part. This will be the metal part from here to here, and then from there to there. So I can reinforce it a little bit. Like that, and then I can take my ellipse tool and reinforce the ellipse as well. Should be somewhere there. Almost. Not quite. This part and that part. Same on the inside, this part, and that part. Like that. Okay. What I can do is give sort of a thickness to this once I erase this here. Now if we come back here, no, I can actually stay on that side. Take my ellipse. So this will be our leather strap, which can be a little bit adjusted to there. Okay, this is a pretty good thickness, I feel. Okay. If I make a new layer, I add the belt buckle or whatever it's called there. Let me see, catching up with the thing a bit. In my school, mainly Age of Empires 2. Yeah, we're doing that as well. Yeah, that was already advanced school. Those games were my early gaming days. What did we have? We did a bit of Age of Empires. But I think Counter, we did also some Counter-Strike. Let me come here. It would mean that strap goes a bit like this. And usually we can add a little bit of strengthening thing here. And now I can erase the non-necessary parts, like there and there. And we also need this part, of course, that goes through that hole. And then we have another hole there, and then another hole probably there, and then another hole probably there. Okay, that looks pretty nifty. I'm gonna erase parts of this just so it doesn't bother us. There we go. Now I can start merging these together a bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see the chat. Real nerds play Doom on the Circus the Smart. Oh, we had this already. Did you say that already, Mats? Or am I freaking out here? I was always excited to see the Wizard of Oz in color. I feel odd. Why? Oh, all color TV. I know anime last week who would have the anime girl drawing this. Ah, there was an anime girl on Monday. You just missed it. I always do the anime girl streams when you're not around, just to spite you, on purpose. Belter. I don't remember any Belter talk now to reply to you. But yes, I will always get that reference. Oh, I should have erased this. I didn't notice. Bossman. I know Bossman is there you go, that's Belter talk. Okay, so we need our glass. Let me see. So what I want to do is now the bottom of the bottle, and I will just do the top part because the bottom should be very similar to whatever we're drawing here. Let me just make a new layer. It's gonna be easier if I just draw this there. Okay, and then the sides would be here. And then I'm gonna give a little bit of thickness because that would be like where our liquid, or holy water in this case, is in the vial. What was the distance there? Oh, relatively not so close. Something like that. And then it turns into it. And then this would be the liquid. Let's see. Okay, now a little trick here for water drawing. We come down to this drawing of our, is it this? Yes. Water always displaces the things a little bit. So what we can do is erase here the edges because it's not going to be visible. And then you go to your lasso tool, select this, and move it up a little bit. Or you can move it down as well. I haven't, like, there's probably some rule how the water would move this. Either way, you want to give it the effect that it is a little bit displaced. And these would not be visible because of our metal things. Okay, now I can erase these extra lines. So that will be our vial there, and then we can add a couple. Actually, I can merge this down as well. So everything is now nicely on one layer. No anime girls, don't you worry about that. Ru. Okay, so where's my ellipse tool? Let's place our ellipse. I could have done this a little bit thicker, I just realized now. Actually, let us first give a thickness to our belt, because right now it's a little bit weird. Okay. And if I retract it a bit like that, squeeze it, make it a bit smaller. No, it's too small now. Yeah, it's once you move your ellipse tool, it's not gonna be easy finding that sweet spot. So usually make sure to keep in mind how many ellipses you want in one spot. It's gonna be worth it, just to save yourself some effort. See, I don't like that it disappears there, so I have to pull everything a little bit. I'm pretty sure that my angle is also a little bit messed up. But here, this should be a good thickness for our belt. Okay, and now I can go back and add like our mini vials here. Another thing I could do, let's zoom in, let's make this bigger, place it back here. Like this could be almost like the head of the vial. And then I am going to add a cork here as well. Something like that. Erase that part. We can cheat a little bit. Let's see if this was production work, I would definitely say don't you dare draw this so many times. I'm just gonna Control C, Control V it and see if perspective works. And it seems to be working. I don't know why it takes everything. Let me just do this. There we go. That is a little bit better. So these are going to be a lot smaller vials and more than I imagined in the beginning. Oh, here we can make them a little bit smaller already, just so they fit. Okay, and actually merge. This one I can make a little bit bigger. This one I can also make a little bit bigger. And this one I can also make a little bit bigger. This one is relatively okay. This needs another one here, and this one I will make a bit smaller. Try to fit it in there. Could be a bit smaller. Okay. Now, what we have to do, erase the parts that will not be visible, like there and there, and then actually erase parts from here that will not be visible, like the hinge that we put a lot of effort, not really, we didn't put that much effort into it. That one, that line there has to go, this line has to, watch out now, only that outer line, that line, and here this part. Okay. What I can do now, we still should have the same general ellipse size or shape, to be more precise. What I can do is draw this shape in here. a little bit open. So the thing is, we're looking a little bit further down, so this should be a little bit more open. Same there. Same here. Another ellipse there-ish. This would come down to there. Could be a little bit smaller. Like that. Okay, making a new layer. And now it's up to me if I want to do it with bare hand or if I want to do the ruler, but I think bare hand should work just about fine. Not the biggest fan of this line here, so let's repeat that. Yeah, that's a bit better. Let me take my hard edge eraser. I don't want to press too much. Okay, there we go. So now we have the vials that are connected to our bottom row. Obviously, I could have measured out nicer. Like I feel like here there should be more vials, but this is supposed to be just an example of what we can do here. And I do feel like these lines can be a little bit stronger. Same wall thickness that I want to do here, like we had before. Like this. Strengthen it. There we go. Okay. Up. Okay, snap in place. Erase those parts. What I could do a little bit here is go to my ellipse, just strengthen these lines here a bit. All of these. I could have also done a double line just to, but I think it should be fine like this. What I do not have is a thickness for the bottom strap. So that would be good to have there. These are sort of the bottoms of the vials. There we go. We do the same trick that we did before. So where we have the wall of the vial, we sort of erase those parts. Oh wow, sorry about that. We erase these parts a little bit. There, there, and there. And then we can move these a little bit further up. Oh, are those on the same layer? Yeah, look at that. Further up. Further up. Like, it seems like a nuisance, small little thing that you don't want to do. But if you look at it already, you can see that, oh, there's something in there because that is displaced. So it's actually, it gives you the exact effect that you need. And then, so what I said, we can merge these down now. We can strengthen, well, not strengthen, just draw in the border of our strap. And see, I really need, oh, now it's too close. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna draw around it. Where is my ellipse? Let's make this big. I'm just gonna adjust it to the top ellipse. Let me see. So there and there, sort of, kind of. There. Okay, now I come to the bottom one. This is obviously a bit smaller, which is perfect. Now the only thing that is bothering me a little bit, that these lines are a bit thick, so I'm gonna see if I can remove a little bit from the thickness, and I can. Very happy with that. There we go. I always like to make sure that in the center it's less thick, even if it is the edge of something. And then this sort of looks okay. I am going to leave that there, erase these parts here, and then we're gonna come in with the new ellipse that I just placed over it, like this. Alright, so we fixed a little problem of ours there. Now all I want to do is add the strap. Well, one thing that I can do is show that we have this button ellipse there as well. Obviously I want it to be smaller than that. There's something like this, and I want it to be more open, so it would be there, and this would be its thickness, I guess. You would see that much from the thickness. There we go. I think that's pretty fine. What else do I want to do? Okay, so I'm gonna show one buckle the other way, so we would have it somewhere here, like this. Very neat little buckle. This needs its thicknesses. Actually, here it should come a little bit lower. Let me see how much lower. Yeah, that is actually good. And then that comes over it. It's actually the opposite way as how we designed it in the beginning, but it will be fine. Actually, let me see if I can adjust it a little bit. That's good. Let me see if we can copy and paste these bad boy. Rotate it a little bit, not necessary. And add it there. Merge down. Make sure to add a nice thick edge to this. Did you get a lot of vampire jokes when you say you live in? Actually, none at all. It is very rare that people, I don't know, people don't notice it, just don't care about it. People are used that Transylvania is a real place. So no, it's quite okay actually. See, I'm thinking now maybe it would have been smart to just copy this whole thing instead of just the belt buckle. So we might do that. And then one more. Yeah, I think we're gonna definitely do that. So just erase this. And then Control C, Control V that part there. Looks pretty good. Erase the parts that are not supposed to be visible. That there. Those parts. And that part. And then the same here. Okay. And okay. Yeah, there we go. So this is pretty good. So I'm just gonna save this as, oh man, why not just where I need you? Work, drawings, 2022. Not TIFF, can we have PSD? Where did I save the other one? Holy water bomb, I'll call this. Holy water bomb. Okay, let's see what Photoshop does. Control open. Oh, I didn't come into, yeah, I see now. I see the problem. Holy water bomb. Fill it with white. We don't need that anymore. Okay, oh, what's this? Oh, this is not pretty, is it? Let's quickly fix that. Okay, great. Thank you. I was about to get on there. Thank you very much, Manuel. Welcome, I guess, Hebrew name person. I can't read Hebrew. Okay, let me see. I think I set up my favorite action here as well, which is select on the outside and should be filled with white. There we go. And then I just lock this and I fill it with brown. Nice. We have it. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new layer, call this liquid, and this is gonna be all the, in this case of course we're going with blue, not with green. I'm gonna take my brush that shouldn't have that. A vampire can't be a comedian, they just aren't funny, and worst of all, they always know they suck. Oh, that was a proper dad joke, wasn't it, Ro? Proper dad joke. Okay, I feel like I might be faster if I do this with the lasso tool. Yeah, that one is filled. This one should be filled in a second as well. There we go. And then we have this little area here. Vials here should also be relatively blue. Oh, here we go. I forgot about this little part here. Nice. Liquid, I'm going to make a clipping mask, even though it's not necessary, but just to be sure. Okay. Focus on rendering that sexy silver. We shall see in a moment. I think I'm just gonna do these as a... I think because it is getting a bit late, we might leave the rendering for next time. because I am starting to get a bit tired, and I don't want to turn this into a super late one because it is 11:15 here, and I feel like I'm a loud person. Or I don't know how loud I am, but still, it's night. I don't want to keep up my dad. As most of you know, I am back in my tiny old bedroom, which is right next to where my dad is sleeping as well. So, okay, that looks okay. I want to add metal just to have some of the basic colors in there. So this would be, I would put it below the matte liquid, and this would be the silver metal. Which is silver always shiny? Would I have to render this shiny? I mean, I know silver cutlery is relatively shiny, but then I don't know if I would want this to be shiny. Old Man is good. Getting old, sadly, there's no going around that. But despite that, he's fine. He went on a walk without me because I wasn't home today. I stepped out first. Got a bit annoyed, but hey, I'm happy that he feels comfortable and confident enough to go on walks without me as well. Oh, I forgot to draw in the supporting, well, I couldn't call them beams, but things here. And this bottom part should also be liquid, because this all belongs to the big vial here. Like that. And that. Okay, and then the rest of the rendering would be a little bit of photo bashing and whatnot, which I will try and do for a Monday video. So this will be a two-parter, and then in a Monday video, hopefully I will also announce that this will be a concept design challenge thing. Anyways, in the weekend I will be going to another city for a wedding, so I'm not sure how I will manage to finish this, but we'll do our best. We'll try our best. Thank you, everybody, for joining this little stream of ours. I will go and hit the bed now. Yeah, you guys take care and see you next Monday. And yeah, prepare for a fun vampire killing challenge sort of thing. Okay, bye-bye.